Well, hello traders, investors, LA here. I'm going to do the fourth in a series of videos. This one is how do you find the best trade? And if you look back at my trend trading setup book, I talked about how to find that trade, and the way to find it is to come over to the site here, go to the tools, and click here on trading signals. And what that's going to do is it's going to pop up a list of all the signals that are generated overnight for anything to do with a breakout or a retrace, whether it's actual or potential. There are some previous ones here as well, but all of these are here. If we look at the current market is AI driven, technology driven. It's all pushing as a result of this AI hype, or whatever you want to call it. And so breakouts are actually working right now. So if we click on bullish breakouts, that's going to give us a list of breakouts that have just occurred that are bullish for all these stocks. Now these stocks, it's not just any stock. These stocks have to meet the criterion, and you can see that by going over to the help, and it will pop up all the criterion that they have to meet. But if they meet 80% of that criterion, then they'll show up here. Otherwise they don't. In other words, they have a good chance of continuing on. So I see Adobe, I see here's a chip stock, Altera, and so forth. And now notice this, the chip stock broke out on the short term and the intermediate term. If you break out on multiple time frames, you can continue on without even a retrace. And so if we click in and look at Altera, that's going to pop up all the charts associated with it. Here's the daily, and you can see the breakout that just took place. Here's the weekly, same thing. You can see the breakout that took place on the weekly here over this swing point high. And if I pull the monthly up, which is what I'm most interested in, given that I saw that it already broke out on the daily and the weekly, where's it heading to? Well, if we look at that, we can see it's going to the top, right? There's the swing point high up there. Here's the big breakdown bar, and it's coming right after it. It's been on a tear already. Can it continue? Well, that's what this is telling you. Yeah, it can continue, and it may just do that. If we look at the trading cube to get an idea of, how far has this moved, it's relatively young on the short term, relatively young on the intermediate term, and it's still sideways on the long term. This is not a bad situation. In other words, you're just getting started. You're not extended anywhere. On the XLK, you're doing the same thing. On the NASDAQ that it trades on, you're doing basically the same thing. This is a nice setup. This is how you can find the quote-unquote best trades that are available at this time. Thanks for watching. Hope you got something out of that. Take care.